Morning Talk with Siki Mgabadeli.
And it's 5.5 past 11. Let me just give you the number, the national number to dial for Right to Care to find out where those medical male circumcision sites are if you are interested. You can send an SMS, and in the body of the SMS, write in MMC to 43740. That's 43740. Or you can go to their website. It's www.righttocare.org. Right, we are moving on now and talking to JCI South Africa about their business plan competition. They recently hosted the competition, culminating in an award ceremony at the end of last month at the Gordon Institute of Business Science. And 3 young innovative entrepreneurs received their awards, a packed auditorium, and the competition encouraged young South Africans between the ages of 18 and 40 to submit compelling business plans that seek to address social challenges within their respective communities. We'll take your calls as well on 0891104207, SMSs to 34701. In conversation right now with the national president of the JCI, that is Lucia Motloung, as well as one of the winners, Pakela Lesolang, who was the winner of the 2012 JCI Best Business Plan competition. Thank you so much to both of you for your time this morning.
Thank you for having us once again, Siki.
Thank you very much, Siki.
And congratulations, Pakela. I want to hear about your idea, which was a toilet cistern that has the potential to save at least 288 billion liters of water annually.
Yes,
How did you come up with that?
How did I come up with that? Interesting. What occurred was, back at home we have a dual flush cistern that is installed within the whole neighborhood. This was a municipal initiative. Highly appreciated. The only problem with that cistern was that when you flush upon the half flush for a given period of time, you'd flush the whole tank. Yes, and obviously if you were to flush with the full flush, you'd flush the whole tank. So the objective was good, but the implementation was not so good. Instead of complaining about it, I took the initiative to solve the problem. That being said, it led me to finding a solution to that regard. Coupled with my solution, I started inquiring further of lavatory hygiene. Why is it that we should wash our hands, so forth? Obviously, there are germs here, there, everywhere, but what's so harmful about these germs that we should really wash our hands?
It's too early in the morning.
Sorry, I don't mean to disgust the viewers. And once again, I was supposed to send my greetings to all the listeners out there. And nevertheless, that being said, I also coupled it with some hygiene features. So the solution alone is eligible to save at least 140 liters of water per day in an average household of 4. So if we multiply it as installed, as per the solar water heater project, we were to, in 1 million households, annually we could save 288 billion liters of water, which is equivalent to around about 403 million rand that the government could save.
And we are a water scarce country as well.
The 30th highest country in the world. So yes, that being said, coupled with this initiative, there is headway.
So let's talk about the Best Business Plan competition. The last time we spoke to you, it was just during the time of the call to entry. So how many did you get?
Thank you very much, Siki. After that, we received quite a number of inquiries from South Africans all over the country. We received about 23 business plans. Following that, we had to take them down to the top 10. We had top 10 finalists, and then we also had top 5 finalists, and then the end was to the top 3. So it was a really interesting, I think, process from the kind of plans that we received from South Africans. I have to be honest, there's a lot of talent out there.
Wow.
You know, it was very encouraging actually to see the amount of energy, the amount of passion, and the amount of talent as well, and the wisdom that the young people of the youth of South Africa has. Actually, innovation that they come up with, the fact that they are so passionate about solving problems in the country. That's what really inspired all of us, including the judges and the sponsors as well. Because remember, like we said earlier on, when we hear that this program was sponsored by the NYDA, the National Youth Development Agency, as well as Anglo-American Zimele. With the NYD, of course, whose mandate is to empower youth. So it was very much relevant to what they're doing, as well as Anglo-American, whom they're working very hard towards promotion of social entrepreneurs.
All right, we're going to talk about some of the other ideas, because there was one from, it was Zandile Mabizela.
Yes, yes.
And they, what was it, a magazine?
Mag Plus. With that one, it's another brilliant idea. I've never seen that idea actually in my entire life. I was very intrigued by what she came up with. In fact, all of us were. What she does is that, or what they do rather, with the rest of her colleagues, they collect old magazines, your key magazines like your Finance magazine, Destiny magazine, and their target market is university students. So instead of selling those magazines at 20 rands or 25 rands, which is the going price on the shelves, they sell it back to the university students at 15 rands or 10 rands, so that they can be able to have rich content and use that for their research and for their studies and so forth. So if you're looking into that business plan, they will be able to create jobs, and at the same time they won't incur many expenses in terms of operations. So that's what stood out, because all of us were like, okay, we've never had this before. We did not know that brand magazines like that will or are eager to partner with students or even sell their magazines at a less price than the retail price. So it was very interesting, idea actually to do that. So we were all inspired. The judges were mesmerized by her idea, and we do hope that following this exposure, she can be able to take it further and, of course, allow the students an opportunity to afford the magazines. Because if you look at the students' budget, it's different from the budget that I have and the budget that you have. You and I, hopefully,
you don't know my budget.
You and I hopefully can afford 35 rands, but the students cannot. I think that's what stood out the most, that they do want to read these things. It has rich content. However, the pricing is a problem. So they saw the problem, the challenge, and they were able to come up with a solution.
And that's the whole point of social entrepreneurship.
That is the whole point.
You look at a problem in your community or somewhere around you, and you find a solution for it, and it helps if you can make money out of it as well. So we're going to take calls on 0891 104 207, SMSs 34701.
Okay, so you've got an e-tag and fitted it to your vehicle. Now, how do you register your e-toll account? You can phone e-toll call center on 0800 Sunral or 0800 726 725. Log on to sunral.co.za or register at one of the e-toll outlets at a shopping mall or an e-toll customer center along the Gauteng E-Road. Simple as that. So get tagged. There is more to know, so keep an eye on the press for details.
Radio broadcast facilities at the SABC have recently upgraded the famous M1 Studio and Auditorium. M1 Studio can now host live music concerts, live radio and TV broadcasts. The auditorium seats 300 people and has state-of-the-art lighting and front-of-house sound equipment. To book your next production or concert in the M1 Studio, call RBF on 0861 723 723. Also visit our website at rbf.sabc.co.za or email info@rbf.sabc.co.za. RBF. Innovation beyond boundaries.
Morning Talk with Siki Mgabadeli.
On SAFM 104 to 107, talking about the JCI Best Business Plan competition, speaking to the winner as well as the national president of JCI South Africa, Lucia Motloung, and we're taking your calls on this discussion as well, talking about social entrepreneurship and so on. Kabelo in Tlukweng says, "Hi Siki and your guests, please give me contact details of that great guy." That would be you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
How
you
do
very
people
much.
get in? Are you already in production, or what's the status of your?
Well, the objective of this particular initiative was to raise the relevant attention of funders. So I'm in communication with several. However, no one has signed the check yet.
Okay.
So this particular journey is quite costly, especially the tooling part of it when it comes to mass production. So we're talking big figures, and the returns, ROI, return on investment, you would know, in the space of inventions doesn't come as soon as one would expect from a loan.
Yeah.
So hence the staggering. So it will be in production pretty soon, obviously, all goes well. I was hoping yesterday, though. That being said, with all due respect, should the investor, as anticipated, comes through, it will be in production within 6 months or so.
Wow. And there is potential here for job creation as well.
Yes. Just the implementation phase of this project, in comparison to the solar water heater project, if we went to install it in at least 1 million houses, we'd employ at least 480 people at implementation. There are other ripple effects in terms of enterprise development, such as the logistics, the manufacturing of this product, and obviously the project management thereof. Yeah. Yes.
And patent, you've got that?
Yes, I have a patent. I should mention, thank you to Han & Han, intellectual property practitioners. They have covered my patent through pro bono. And Spoon Fisher, they are keen to trademark it, also under pro bono as well, among others.
Yes. And I understand as part of your prize, you're going to be traveling to the United States?
Okay, about that. I'm selected. I am going to the United States, but it's not part of the prize. That's another initiative.
Okay.
Yes, should I speak about that?
Please do tell us about that.
I've been selected as one of 26 out of 306 high-impact entrepreneurs from 55 countries, and the only South African selected to partake in what they call the Unreasonable Institute. Yes, I know the name itself.
Yeah, is unreasonable.
Yes, and that's one of the objectives. It gets the attention that it wants, and it also delivers the message. The name Unreasonable is derived by a certain quote by Mr. Bradshaw. He says that it is the unreasonable person that does not adapt to the world, rather makes the world adapt to him. So the progress of the world depends upon the unreasonable person. Hence, they call that institute Unreasonable Institute. Now,
I love that.
Yes, ma'am. More about the Unreasonable Institute. What they do is they gather 26 of these people from all over the world, gather them in the United States, Boulder, Colorado, for 6 weeks. 4 weeks, they train you on how to pitch, how to get your product from where it is to international standards, and they give you the contacts of who to call in which country. But the best part about it is the last 2 weeks you get to pitch to investors with the credibility to take that product where it is to international standards.
All right.
Yes.
So let's talk a bit about the prizes, because now obviously I've gotten the wrong end of the stick. A part of the prize, besides the cash component, was some business development assistance as well. Tell us a bit about that.
We have had a lot of supporters that came through, or sponsors rather, that say that they're willing to sponsor the winners even though it's not cash. One of the companies that came through is Pakela Business Hub, who has given a mentorship program worth 50,000 rand. So he will receive that business mentorship from Pakela. There are other companies as well, such as Bulego Communications, that will be doing the client relationships management for his company. There will also be a corporate governance work that is going to be done for the winners, as well as accounting services that will be provided to ensure that they release their financial statements on time, that they have budgets and so forth. So it's great prizes, I believe, that they have received. They will also engage with the other JCI business plan winners from Monaco in Europe, in terms of sharing ideas and finding ways to deal with challenges that they face on a regular basis. So they're bigger, I think. So they will be receiving that support from the sponsors that have come through Some of the sponsors, the good things that are JCI members themselves, and others are prestigious organizations as well.
What will you be doing this again next year?
Yes.
Is that so? It's going to become an annual event.
It's going to become an annual event that we're going to be running as an organization. We'll be running it once again with JCI Monaco because we have a partnership with them.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be running it with other organizations. So if there are any other organizations out there in South Africa that wish to partner with JCI South Africa for the best business plan competition, especially for social entrepreneurs, they can definitely get in contact with us.
Yeah. We were talking about the quality of entries and also the different ideas that came through. Did you get a sense that those are bankable ideas? So I just want to get a sense of where our level of entrepreneurship as a country is.
I have to be honest with you, not every idea was bankable, but most of the ideas were bankable, especially the top five. The top five finalists, most of them were bankable ideas because you were looking at people that not only address societal issues, but also have the business understanding. And the good thing about it, with the level of judges that we had, most of them were quite impressed. They were saying this is exactly what we need. In fact, I'll just recall a comment that was said by Dr. Susan Steinman in most of the participants when they came in when we were judging them, because I was part of the judging panel. She kept saying, you know what, they are there, but they just need a bit of push, they just need a bit of mentorship, they just need a bit of a hub that will take them through proper business processes, through proper business mentorship. But the ideas are there and they are bankable. At the same time, you don't want to take on a risky idea and then bank on it and say, okay, this is the right idea that I can put my money on. So the entrepreneurs that we had, or that we interviewed, or that we exposed to, can definitely be the change, I think, in what we have in the country, or bring about better solutions. Yeah.
Baseko, what's been the most difficult part of your journey as a young entrepreneur?
Well, I don't like to put this as a barrier, but the mere fact that I am young is also a barrier on its own. People don't take you serious when you speak of scale, and you don't have any record to back up that scale. You're talking of 288 billion, you know. That's one. Furthermore, it's the financial issues will always be there. So besides the financial issues, let me put that aside. Let me move over to other issues. Vision versus sight. You come across certain key makers, you know, the gatekeepers, people who can make or break.
Yes.
That unfortunately some do not take the time to invest in the vision that, look, South Africa is the 30th driest country, and according to the World Health Organization, by 2025 we might just face a water crisis. Similar to the electricity crisis, which was announced 10 years prior to the crisis, water would be worse. Then people don't have that vision to see that, wow, this might be a problem. So you have to constantly fight the vision versus sight dilemma. Right, that's one of the issues.
They're saying, how long am I going to get my ROI?
Thank you.
That's what they're saying. They're crunching the numbers and not seeing the wood. They're seeing the wood for the trees, I suppose.
Exactly. However, we're not saying the ROI won't be there. The ROI will be there, plenty of it. You just have to be patient and invest with due diligence, you know. That being said, water alone, or this industry, presents a lot of opportunities. This is not the only product that I have in mind. This is the one that I'm pushing. I have other follow-up products that will form our company to be a very sustainable entity. You know, so we can be in business for the next 50 years. With all the other follow-up products that I have in mind. So persuading people is a huge challenge.
It's hard, hey?
I could go on and on, of course.
Did you have to pitch in this competition? How did it work?
Obviously, he had to apply. He had to send us the application form. And then from the other applicants that you received, you have to pick up the top 10, and then he made it to the top 10, and then following that, he made it to the top 5. And we met with the top 10 face-to-face with all of them. And I must say something about Pakela. He stood out from the rest. All the judges loved him. And one of the judges said that Dr. Leah Vangelatos from Anglo-American Azimela, she said something very inspiring. She said, this young man just need a breakthrough. He's there. He's got the idea. He's innovative. He had that attitude. Okay, you could sense his presence in the room.
But it is about beyond the skill, which of course that's needed, and a good idea. But it's also the attitude. The attitude. He had that attitude, and he stood. The reason why he had that, he has been very patient. And Dr. Leah said he just needs a breakthrough. He just needs someone that will be willing to bank on his business plan. He just needs someone that will say, I'm willing to take that risk. But besides that, he's done his research. He has the technical expertise. He's got everything that makes him a social entrepreneur, and that makes him the 2012 JCI business plan winner. All he needs is a breakthrough. Someone to say, I'm willing to go on this journey. Someone who will see the vision.
Someone that will see the vision. Someone that will see the vision. Yeah. And he took us through all of that. He took us through his testimonies. He's the only one actually that had references from different people, from professors, from different countries, and he gave us a very nicely packaged business plan with all his trips and everything that he has done. So we're hoping that this business plan will give him the exposure that he deserves, and that through JCI he will receive that breakthrough.
And the amount of work that goes into, turning that idea into a bankable business plan. She's talking about research. It's not just about sitting down and saying, I would like to make a toilet seat or whatever it is.
Yes, there's more to that. There's a saying that ideas are a dime a dozen. Everybody has ideas. It's just like a belly button. We all have them. It's a matter of getting it to market. And to get to market, you really need to learn from those who have done it before you. I today stand upon the shoulders of giants. I'm not the first, I'm not the last. And I believe I will make it through, especially when you get the support such as the JCI. That being said, you really have to invest in what you do in terms of your market research, in terms of your competitors, obviously, in terms of the vision itself. You really need to be at peace and at one with yourself. You need to conquer yourself before you want to conquer the world. That's another thing. You come across various perspectives. Some people have acknowledged better technologies, which I myself I've also experienced better technologies. It's just the gap that I'm bridging. It's that niche between the first world country and the third developing country. So that alone presents a niche which I'm targeting. And that being said, I've invested. It's endorsed by several entities, and it's recommended by some. It's just a matter of getting it to the market.
All right. Beyond the competition, let's maybe talk a bit about the JCI's mandate and what you do for young people.
Okay. We are a worldwide organization of young active citizens, and our mission is to provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change. So as an organization, this is a perfect way that we demonstrate the mission of our organization, because its mandate is to empower such people, like Pakela Lesolang, to be able to create positive change in their communities. So we do that through various ways. We have programs whereby young people go through high-level programs that enable them to be better. Because in this organization, we believe that before you can even go into your society to help solve those many problems that we have as a nation, as a continent, and as the rest of the world at large, it's imperative for a person to be better first. It's imperative for a person to have business skills if they need to. It's important for a person to be confident as an individual. So our programs addresses those issues of confidence, where we deal with an individual. We have 4 years of opportunities, which is where really the focus is on. We have international exposure as an organization. We are present in about 110 countries. with over 200,000 members, of whom are entrepreneurs and some of them are professionals. We even have unemployed members who are part of JCI, and all of them have come up to us say, you know what, it is because of JCI that I'm confident today, and I feel that I can go into a job interview and present myself and get a job because what I've learned from JCI. And what we also do as an organization through the areas of opportunity of one of them is community, where young people take charge of the problems that are happening in the society and find ways to solve those problems. We work very closely with the United Nations, whom we are a consultative partner to. And remember that not many organizations have access to the United Nations. So our goal is to help them achieve the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. So what young people or members of JCI do, they look into the United Nations Millennium Development Goals, all eight of them, and they come up with projects that will help, for example, eradicate extreme poverty and hunger, which is United Nations Millennium Development Goal 1. And they work with those projects. They consult with partners. They get their hands dirty. And as a result of that, they grow as individuals. So it's not only about suit or ties type of an organization. It's an organization that teaches young people to be responsible, young people to take hold of their own future.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to pick up on that. And also, you still need to give me your contact details before for Ukabelo.
Morning Talk with Siki Mgabadeli.
Just wrapping up our conversation with Pakela Lesolang, who's a winner of the 2012 JCI Best Business Plan competition, and Lucia Motloung, who's the JCI's national president, JCI South Africa's national president for 2012. All right, so let's just get contact details out of the way because we do have to wrap up, and I'll start with you, Lucia. Firstly, what sort of people would become members of JCI?
Anyone who's between the ages of 18 to 40 is qualified to be a member of JCI. Whether you're an entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, unemployed, if I can say it like that, professional as well. So we are really looking for young people that believe in becoming active citizens. Those people who qualify to be our members. You can get hold of us on this number 011-783-8048, 011-783-8048. We are based in Sandton on 30 Impala Road. So that's where people can get in touch with us, or alternatively they can look at our website, go to our website, www.jcisouthafrica.co.za. That is one word, jcisouthafrica.co.za, or drop us an email at
Wait. If I'm struggling to write it down, I can imagine how everybody else is. So it's www.jcisouthafrica.co.za and the number 011-783 8048. And I thought I spoke fast. And there was an email.
The email address is info@jcisouthafrica.co.za.
All right. South Africa. Info, INFO, right?
Yeah, INFO at jcisouthafrica.co.za.
And maybe there's a private funder to call you, Pakela.
Don't be shy.
How do they get in touch with you?
Okay, my personal email address is Paseka, PASEKA 57, the number 57, at gmail.com.
At Gmail.
Feel free to email me.
Or they can call us.
They can call
they can call JCI.
All right. Fantastic. Well, good luck. When are you off to the States?
To the States, I'll be leaving on the 10th of June, and I'll be returning on the 28th of July.
Prices that they will.
So you're going to, in that time, what are you going to be doing?
From the cash price,
I'll
to
be
ensure
tutored
that
and
at the end of the
mentored by
day, their
leaders of
businesses are
industry,
sustainable.
your Chief
Because
Technology
it's a good
Officer
thing
of
to have a business
Nokia,
idea,
Chief
but to
Technology
sustain
Officer
it,
of
Yeah.
HP,
it's a challenge.
I mean, it's the money, it's the knowledge of how to manage that money and how to, to run a business and then manage it.
19 million farmers out of poverty into mainstream economy. So such entrepreneurs and 50 others of that caliber will be tutoring us and mentoring us. And obviously pitching to the investors.
And good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
And come back and tell us once you've got all your money in the bank. Maybe
I don't brag.
No, we all want to know.
Okay.
When it's all set up. Thank you very much to both of you.
Thank you very much, Siki.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much, Siki.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much, Siki.